We could do that, I guess. All right, welcome to another episode of Real Life Keto Radio. We are here and very excited about today's topic because sometimes going into the holidays, people have kind of a sense of dread, like you're excited about it, but you know it's going to be full of different temptations. And having just came out of the Halloween season, maybe you even have a little extra Halloween candy around and you're thinking, how am I going to survive?
What am I going to do?
Like meet my weight loss goals, meet my health goals when I've got Thanksgiving coming up and Christmas coming up and New Year's coming up. It's like a lot coming at us.
Yes. So I would love in the comments for you to share, how did you do over Halloween? Did you eat candy? Did you not? Did you like make keto candy? Let us know how that went for you.
Oh, I've got kind of a funny story for Halloween. So our kids are pretty much grown and on their own. I mean, we used to make a big deal about Halloween. I would dress up, they would dress up. It was great fun. Well, they're gone and we moved out kind of into the country. So in the last several years, we haven't gotten any trick-or-treaters at all. So it kind of slipped my mind that it was Halloween. And so on Halloween night, all of a sudden this insistent doorbell ringing started happening. And I was like, oh no, it's Halloween.
Oh,
I was like,
you're going to disappoint all the
I don't have any candy.
That's a good place to be, to not have any candy.
So I'm like rummaging through my pantry, trying to find something that my kids have left there. I finally come up with, and this is my stash. I do like this candy, some of those little wrapped caramels. And I was like, okay, they might not be really excited about this, but I have something to put. And by the time I got there, they had already loaded up in their car and left. I was just like,
did you get egged during the night?
Well, here's the thing. I was afraid that I might get toilet papered, but guess what? Our stores here in Kentucky are pretty low on toilet paper. So,
hey, a benefit of COVID. We need every one of those we can find.
But yes, that's kind of a negative in going keto because you don't have candy on hand for Halloween. You got a plan.
Yeah. So we had a big Halloween party actually to end my daughter's volleyball season out at the cabin, and there was candy everywhere. And I don't think I ate a single piece. You all, that is in huge contrast to what I used to do, which was approximately around September, mid-September. I started getting my pre-Halloween mindset on, called, I need to eat all the candy that I can get my hands on. I mean, I just pounded it for like all up until Halloween. Then after Halloween, it was like, oh, all the Halloween candy's on sale.
Oh, yeah.
There's candy everywhere around our house, all my kids' candy. So then I had all my post-Halloween indulgence. And then it was like, well, I mean, it's almost Thanksgiving. Guess I need to just go all in on eating everything I can find, which of course carried me straight into December. And one time, gosh, probably 7 or 8 years ago, before I started really getting serious about my health, I went to a New Year's Eve party and I had made myself just sick from eating absolute junk for months. And at the New Year's Eve party, I brought a veggie tray and literally just ate broccoli because I was like, I've got to put something else in my body because it cannot take
on top of candy.
Yeah, it cannot take another day. And my friend was like, "What? Or like, why are you just eating broccoli?" I was like, "This is all I can do." So. Anyway, I would love to know, does anyone else ever been on that crazy roller coaster? Because that's where I lived for years. And we are here to tell you what you can do differently this time.
Right. But we also want you to have fun. Like, holidays are for celebration. The problem is in our society, we've turned our whole life into a celebration, right? Like where we're eating bad stuff for us all the time. It's no longer like a special treat to get dessert. It's just how you end a meal. It's no longer a special treat to get like a fancy coffee with a ton of whipped cream and chocolate swirl and caramel on it. Like, that's my daily pick-me-up. You know, it's like we've taken things that are supposed to be special treats, unusual treats, and we've just incorporated into everyday lifestyle. And then we magnify that to be even more special on the holidays.
Right. Exactly. I had a really good thought that just popped out of my brain.
Yeah, but I would love to know maybe in the past what your favorite Halloween candy is, if you want to drop that in the comments. Or if you're still on that little candy kind of trip, like what your choice of candy is. Like for me, I used to love the candy corn, and most people are either love it or hate it. You can tell from her face. She hated it. I loved it. I used to, when I was working in an office, I'd keep it in a little candy dish. At home, I'd have a candy dish. Every time I walked by or went by, I would get three. Three's my favorite number. So I'd get three and I'd eat it. There are 3 layers. I'd eat it in the 3
Oh,
layers.
so many threes. We're going to actually throw a lot of math at you. Not a lot, a little bit of math, just the right amount of math at you today. But I was thinking when you were talking, so my husband, he said when we were trying to like really start getting healthier, he's like, we're really living every day like it's our birthday. And that was true. I mean, it was like a party up in the Campbell household all the time. But we want to help you get a vision for what the holidays could look like for you. If you, now some of you might, your goals might be like to be strict keto through the whole holidays. This is probably not the episode for you. This is more for kind of the people that are like, I just want to get through the holidays without actually gaining weight, without totally losing my mind, whatever it is. We think that this little trick could make a huge difference for you.
Right. Because a lot of times what people will say is, well, I've got the holidays coming up in January, I'm going to hit it hard.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in January, after 2 or 2.5 months of eating even worse than you normally do, it's even that much harder to make progress. So what we want to do is at least help you just kind of hold steady. Even if you have weight loss goals and you don't want to work on those, just don't add anything. Just don't make it worse.
Mm-hmm.
And this strategy is a really fun one where you can have fun. You can eat some fun things that aren't necessarily keto without completely derailing your health goals.
Yes. So basically, the essence of what we're going to talk about is how to just really break down the holidays and think, okay, don't get in the mindset of Bridget Campbell, of
In the past, Bridget Campbell.
Right. And in the past, I mean, I don't live like this anymore, thank goodness. But like mid-September through January 3rd/5th.
Whenever kids would go back to school.
That it is just a complete free-for-all. And that's really where I was. But instead, to actually break down how many actual days do you have where you're going to be around people, probably having a celebration with a lot of food that you might want to
indulge in.
Yeah, exactly. So we want you to realize how few days there actually are. And we're kind of giving it like a huge cushion, even more than you really probably need. But it's fun math at the end that will bring it
Bridget
back full
can make
around.
math fun. So Maria, while she gets into this math, and Kim, I see that you all are on here. Put in the comments what your candy of choice either is or used to be at Halloween. We'd love to know.
Yes. Okay. So first holiday, Halloween. I mean, it's already passed, but you might still have some candy around. So if you need to, take one more day, eat the candy. And then, I mean, I have gotten to a point sometimes in the last few years where I just throw the candy out. But I'm so thankful now. It just doesn't even, like, it's not a temptation for me. We have candy sitting over here and I don't need to throw it out because it's not something I want to eat anymore. Most 99% of the time.
Which, guys, you know, we've been friends forever, and we used to have game nights, and Bridget would bring this huge bag of candy and just dump it on the table. And I would literally, I don't even know if I've told Bridget this. I would tell my kids, because we all, you know, would bring our kids, they all got along and played. I would tell my kids, I'm like, look, if there's a piece of candy you want, you better go get it, because it's not going to be.
I did not know that, but it's true, you guys. I've confessed, like, I used to be a binge eater, and just like it was back to back, unwrap it, eat it, unwrap it, eat it. I mean, major issues. So the freedom of that is just, it makes me so thankful.
It's been a huge transformation.
Yeah.
I mean, huge.
Yeah. It makes me so thankful that I really do think more to eat to live instead of living to eat. So if you need another day with a Halloween, take it and then like draw a line in the sand, like, okay, this holiday's actually over. It's not really a huge holiday for adults. Let's like move past Halloween. So that's number one. You want to do number two?
All right. Number two, for Thanksgiving, we're giving you the actual day of Thanksgiving and the day after, because sometimes you split up, you know, if you're married, maybe you do your spouse's holiday on one day and then you the next, or maybe you host it and you have a lot of leftover food. So we're giving you 2 days of grace. So you get 2 days for all the Thanksgiving. So if you want the stuffing, are you giving them 3?
No,
you're adding.
Matt, this is Matt. I used to be a math
job.
teacher. Number one for Halloween.
And then 2 days.
I'm going to keep tally here.
Wait, I'm off camera. 2 days of Thanksgiving plus 1 day for Halloween.
Yes. Maybe you even are going to go Black Friday shopping. Is that a thing this year? There's something weird about Black Friday. I don't keep up with the news.
I think they basically say you have to have like a ski-doo to take it out to the things that are stuck, the barges that are stuck.
What is happening? Okay. So that's your first 3. Then, I mean, we are going to get, should we jump to that one or do that one last? The 2 random.
I'll just do them in order.
Okay. So then, of course, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. All right. I mean, and maybe for you, it's Christmas Day and the day after or whatever, but 2 days for Christmas. Enjoy it with your family. Have all the things that you, and we're talking like if you need to, just really enjoy the whole day and just kind of say, okay, this is my day where I'm going to enjoy the holiday and then I'll be back on track tomorrow.
Right. Because like when I go to family things, my mom cooks things that I remember loving as a kid. And I don't eat them that often anymore. They're usually carbs with carbs on top and carbs on the side.
And some sprinkles.
Yeah. But like it's a holiday memory for me, and it makes her feel good for me to eat it. I don't always feel so good after I indulge in it, so I don't usually eat as much of it as I used to. But I do partake in all of the things that I associate with my holidays.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's an important tradition for me. It makes my mom feel good. And when I know that I just limit it to those 2 days, I don't take a bunch home with me, and I try to leave whatever I bring to the potluck there.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's not
done.
derailing me. It's
Mm-hmm.
just I've enjoyed it. I move on.
Yes. Okay. So we're at 5. Then, of course, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, unless you're to the point where you're just bringing broccoli and eating it and people are making fun of you at your New Year's Eve party. All right. So then there's 7. And then, good news, we went ahead and just gave you 2 extra. I mean, y'all, we're not the boss of you, but this is just our idea for you. Right. So then 2 for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, and then 2 extra bonus ones. What am I at 5?
Right. Because maybe you have an office party that you go to. Maybe you've got like a tradition where people come over and make Christmas cookies, and you all make them and give them to different people. And so you eat a lot of them when you do that. So we're just throwing in 2 kind of floater days. If you've ever had floater holidays at your work, that you can choose to do whatever. And maybe you take like a half a day because you're doing the cookie thing. And then you take a half a day because your kids have a program at school and all the kids bring treats that they've made, and you want to be able to sample those and brag on those kids. So just kind of to be flexible, but you get 9 days total. So 9, if you want them, free for all days. Now that's not saying you have to take them all or that you have to do a free for all, but 9 guilt-free days where if you want to indulge, you can indulge and you don't have to beat yourself up over it, because giving yourself that freedom, we think, will help prevent you from doing a slippery slope of 2.5 months of just eating whatever you want.
Yes. All right. Here's the part you've been waiting for. Oh, let's look at questions and I'll finish with the math.
Okay. Oh, so Maria doesn't do Halloween, so you avoid the candy temptation there. But yeah, break of Thanksgiving. Hey, April. See what else? Yeah, Christmas cookies. We always make Christmas
I know. I could
cookies.
tell that was like, I know that you do that. Super
Yeah,
cute.
I mean, we do
every
year, and we've done it for years and years and years. That is not something I want to stop doing, but
y'all, because this is real life keto. We want you to think about how you can make it fit your real life. And again, this is our lifestyle that we've been doing for 5 and 6 years. And the victory that you have over time, over doing this long term, and being able to ignore the candy and not even think about it, versus being consumed and eating your friends' kids' candy that they brought that they wanted, right?
Right.
I mean, it's huge progress if you keep moving forward. But if you totally slippery slope and derail, then you might not come back to it and be like, oh, keto's not for me.
Right. Yeah. And it's so like, if you stick with this lifestyle, if you stick with us on this page, and we try to give lifestyle tips, and we have people that share great, like, little things that you can just incorporate, little bits and pieces. Don't try to change everything at once. And that's why we don't want you to just say, like, don't be a Scrooge at the holiday and don't show up and be like, I can't eat anything but broccoli. Like,
that happened
like
one year.
You're a bit of a Debbie Downer for everybody else, because then they're like, well, I don't want to eat my cheesecake and my brownie in front of Miss Broccoli here. You know,
it's broccoli for one day. So Deborah asked, is the 9 with or without Halloween? That's with Halloween. So I'll recap them real fast, and I'm going to tell you my math that I'm excited about. So Halloween, 2 for Thanksgiving, 2 for Christmas, 2 for New Year's Eve, and then 2 bonus ones. So it's 9. All right. Sorry, my fingers were a little wonky there. Not as wonky as my hair. So it's 9, but here's what's super cool. There are 63 days between now and, I forget, like January 2nd or 3rd, when we're like, okay, the holidays are over, back to real life. So in case you didn't know, 63 divided by 9 is 7, which means on average you have 1 fun day per week. And as soon as we realized this math, right before we hopped on, I was thinking about one of my friends who is super fit and like always been an inspiration to me. Kelly Kramer, if you're watching this, I'm talking about you. But she has been like in the CrossFit, the national CrossFit games. Like she just is very serious about what she eats and how she exercises. And I've been surprised when we've been having a girls' night or hanging out on a Saturday. And I'm surprised by what she's eating and thoroughly enjoying when I know how strict she is during the week. And she always has done, I just eat what I want on Saturday and then I'm strict Sunday through Friday. And again, this is more about maintenance, right? You know, if you're to the point where you're maintaining, some of you might be to the point where you have huge goals and we don't want to derail you, right? We're all at different places. But for her, she had met her physical goals and she just wanted to maintain. So every Saturday, she would just be able to have, you know, fun kind of all day. And not, she wouldn't go crazy, but she would eat chips or eat a dessert, which I wouldn't normally see her do. And I thought, how cool, like that model that we're saying, 63 days of the holidays, take 9 and just enjoy. And that averages out to 1 a week. And I have been able to see her very successfully maintain really great inspirational health using that model for years.
Yeah. Now, if you're trying to start and trying to do strict keto, you got to kind of know yourself, right? What was that philosopher?
Know thyself and be true.
Socrates or something. We don't know. Anyway, somebody really smart somewhere said that once, and it's true. Like the Bridget in the past, if she were trying to be really strict on whatever eating, she's tried a million different things. She went vegan for a while. It almost broke us up. But anyway, if she did anything, like it would just completely derail her, right? And she'd be like, oh, that didn't work for me. Mm-hmm. So if you know that's you and you're at the beginning of your journey, this might not be the strategy for you. Mm-hmm. But we just want to give people a way to get through the holidays, to enjoy them, to get to do some of the traditions maybe that you've always done and that you look forward to without getting yourself into a deeper hole that you're going to try to dig out of in January.
Yes. And Maria said, yes, she's sticking with this as a lifestyle, not a diet. And of course, that is like our mantra. That is where we love to share. And we know some people in here are strict keto. And you all, thanks for putting up with this. I mean, I saw Kim, she's strict keto. She's probably like, girls, get it together. Eat your keto diet on the holidays, right? But that's okay. We all have a place and you got to know yourself and just keep making 1% better. And you won't believe where you are in a couple years. Hey, Tammy. All right. I think that's it, right? Do we have anything else to share?
I guess the one thing I would say is just that if you are on this keto as a lifestyle, the longer you stick with it, the less it becomes about willpower and the more it does just become an ingrained part of your life. Mm-hmm. Like I couldn't find those caramels in my closet because I don't eat them all the time. Mm-hmm. I don't look for them because I don't want them all the time. You will actually get to the point where you're not fighting against yourself as much, where you feel better. And because you feel better, when you fuel better, you want to continue that. So it does get easier. But yes, for the holidays, let's have a little fun. Loosen up a little bit if you want without beating yourself up. But don't do that slippery slope and dig a bigger hole for yourself come January. All right. Well, that's it for now.
Go create your best life.